And if that wasn't remarkable enough, speaking about mental finesse here, I know it's crazy. Kamala Harris on Biden's mental sharpness. He is extraordinarily smart. I gotta try to hold it together. Can see around the corner. They think we're idiots. It's like, how many stories do we have to hear that's just so outlandish that all you could do is laugh? Look at this idiot up here. This is the border czar, by the way. This is the lady that was put in place by Joe Biden to fix the border. But don't worry, you guys. He's extraordinarily smart to put her as VP. He's extraordinarily smart to put her in the position of fixing the border. But hey, on top of that, he can see around corners, you guys. Somehow he hasn't seen the 10 million illegal aliens pour in the country. Somehow he hasn't seen the fact that China is eating our lunch. China's kicking our ass on so many different levels. He hasn't figured that one out. Somehow he hasn't seen around the corner that Iran is spending billions of dollars on terrorism, of which now has just damaged our military bases in Iraq and has hurt our military soldiers. He hasn't seen any of that. I mean, the list, there's a laundry list. There's a laundry list. But don't worry, guys. He's sharp. He's sharp as a whistle. Vice President Kamala Harris defended President Joe Biden's mental sharpness as voters continue to express concerns about the 81-year-old's ability to perform his job. It's the first time me reading this. Harris made the remarks while on the campaign trail in South Carolina in an interview that aired on Sunday on ABC's News This Week. Quote, this is going to be good. You just know it. I spent a lot of time with President Biden, be it in the Oval Office, in the Situation Room, and other places, probably his bed. You know, he's always sleeping. He's extraordinarily smart. I could barely get it out of my own mouth. He has the ability to see around the corner. I can't do it. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm doing my best. When I'm holding my laugh in, I'm literally sweating right now. He has the ability to see around the corner in terms of what might be the challenges we face as a nation or globally. Oh my God. Good morning. Hey, welcome. Oh, these are the people leading the country, folks. They think we're idiots. Harris said that the support that Democrats were seeing on the ground in South Carolina showed people applauding quite loudly. Yeah, well, we've seen people also go, 4 more years, 4 more years, 4 more years for Joe Biden. No, we get it. We get it. It doesn't mean anything. People are quietly, loudly, whatever hell, applauding this guy. They're there because they believe in what we are doing, and they want to see us continue to do this work. You mean the work of driving the country into the ground, lady? You mean allowing another 10 million people to pour across the border if you get reelected? Is that what you mean? Do you mean giving Iran just, free reign to run roughshod on our merchant vessels and our military bases in Iraq and go after our military personnel? Is that what you're talking about? Or just continue to send billions of dollars to corrupt countries? Is that what you're talking about? Come on. Or seeing our market crash, prices being elevated through inflation and other mechanisms. Really? Is that what you want to see, Democrats? Is that what we're voting for here? Because it sounds like it. Harris said that the support Democrats were seeing on the ground again in South Carolina showed people applauding. Oh, wow. That means so much. That just means so much. When pressed over recent polling that shows a Biden-Harris ticket potentially struggling against a hypothetical matchup against former President Donald Trump, Harris said, if it is Donald Trump, we've beat him before and we'll beat him again. Did you beat him before? Was that legitimate? Was it really? Somehow you got 82 million votes when you didn't even fill parking lots? You couldn't fill a damn stadium? What are you talking about? You had to sit there and rig the election. Some states, and I mean that in all literal sense, actually rigged the election, went past their own constitution. Unlawful stuff took place. I don't know, lady. I don't know. And what's interesting here is it's not just Donald Trump that's going to be a Biden-Harris ticket. It was Ron DeSantis would have beat them as well. It was Nikki Haley is going to beat them as well. Everybody's going to beat them. A house plant could beat them. Quote, I am of the school that you either run without a opponent or you run scared, she said. I have learned that to be a fact. And that is the way that I feel about any election. So absolutely not. You can't take anything for granted, and we have a duty, a responsibility to earn this re-elect. Harris said the campaign's challenge with black voters was relaying the administration's accomplishments. Guys, it's so much bullshit, it's hard to actually say. I like to be a truthful man, so when I hear outlandish things, it is really hard for me to repeat somebody's outlandish claim. Administration's accomplishments for the black community? They think everybody's idiots, regardless of race. You're all idiots somehow. And so if you're a Democrat, don't you take this as like a slap in the face? Like, I'm not about race. Again, I'm more about character. But let's play in this just for a little bit here. Let's play their game. If you're a black person, and I know some people in here that watch a show are black, doesn't that feel like a slap in the face? Like what they're doing for the black community? Like, you don't have to look around, right? These are the same people that think you guys can't get IDs to vote, which is racist. I think you can get an ID. I think you could be just as successful as every other race out there. It has nothing to do with your, like, what the fuck? Like, what does you and your skin color have to do with anything? I say this all the time. It's obvious, but what? Like, somebody explain this to me, why Democrats are still pushing this, like, mythical agenda that there's some nameless, faceless, shadowy figure holding people of color down. People of color are just fine. They're smart. They're intelligent. They're just like the rest of everybody else. What the hell is this guy talking about? I'm saying what the hell he's talking about because he said, oh, well, you know, if you ain't for me, then you ain't black or some stupid. I'll keep you all back in chains. Like, this guy's an idiot. And so is she, Kamala Harris. So anyways, but don't worry, guys. This was also echoed by White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. We covered it. She said she would take anybody to compete against the stamina of the president. Like, what are you gonna say? This is the best they got. This is the best they got, you guys. Knucklehead Joe, that's trying to give his entire focus and brain power to that microphone. And you got this lady here that tosses word salads around, doesn't ever know what's going on, can't fix the border. Hell, she couldn't even fix her own state of California. And what's wild is she wanted to be president. At the same time, Gavin Newsom in California, that just completely ran this country into the ground, the state into the ground. Now I sound like Joe Biden. Wants to run for president too. So we're going to see, as I mentioned, rumor is Joe Biden's out in March. We'll see if that comes to fruition, because I also heard rumors that when Joe Biden was going to announce his re-election campaign, that Karine Jean-Pierre was going to be out. I think it was April of last year, and now she's still around. So we all know that Joe don't like her very much, is why you see John Kirby on the podium a lot. So we have that happening, but goddamn, that was too good of an article, was it not, folks? That's probably the best. That's probably the best news article of the day.
I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.